You hold a special place in God's heart and a special purpose in this world. And that's what makes you irreplaceable. Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us. 1 John 3:1, third chapter, first verse. Do I usually start off with scripture? I love when the old school way of showing love shows up, which is with cards. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Interludes Extra. It is the birthday episode, and that is right. There is no correction that needs to be made. I am experiencing my birthday with you guys at the same time of doing this show. Now, I thought maybe I could do something where I could go, well, you know what? We won't have the show today because I want to celebrate my birthday. But I love doing this show. So there was no way in the world I was going to not have this show. I have rested, I have walked, I have done a lot of things to make sure to say, you guys, thank you so very much for all of the birthday love. And I see Mr. Springer is in the building, and I also see that Queen Bella is in the building. Thank you so very much, Queen, earlier in the day for the morning show that I usually host, but it was handed off to the co-founder of the room, Monique Lisa. We had an opportunity to, they did the business part, and they says, we're going to shower some love to Valerie. So I said, okay, well, I'll take the birthday love. Bruce, I saw your post and I see that you're also in recovery like myself. I am so grateful for you. Thank you for being here as well. And of course, we're just Mr. Springer. Hey, birthday girl. That's right. It's weird. My birthday falls on Earth Day, and that's what's happening on today. Is we're going to get going with another edition of Interludes Extra Presents Talk on Tuesday, which gets started right about now. It's another edition of Interludes Extra Presents Talk on Tuesdays. It is your girl, Val, the Voice Johnson, and we're so excited that you're joining me on my special birthday episode. It's the birthday, it's the birthday, it's the birthday. That's what we do. And of course, a DJ saved my life thanks to Monique Lisa Johnson, my writing mentor. This book is now, as soon as the check clears, we're going to be doing the printed version of this, and we've always encouraged folks to go ahead and purchase the ebook, which is available on our fully remodeled and wonderful website, purelightHousemedia.com. And of course, you can scan the code right there and get that information for any of our ebooks, any of our other things. We want to make sure that we get that to you. So hey. And then of course there is Patreon. Now I'm so grateful that we got Patreon going. It is where people come and, like I said, shower some love. I want to give major shouts to the very first patroness that we got was from Miss Lakeisha Mosley. And then one of our members became a paid one. And so I wanted to kind of show you what's been happening over there. I have been expanding the space, putting more articles and things. So I am extremely excited with the Patreon. And so it's patreon.com/interludes. Go ahead and join this immediately. You can join for free. And there's posts that are for members, paid members, but then there is posts that are for everyone. And so we want you guys to go ahead and enjoy that. And so I think I see Coach Tony is in the building. So I'm going to say, what up, Coach? He's here. What's up, Coach?
Man, I stay in the building. What's going on, Val? The birthday, the voice, AKA my little sister. What's up?
What's up? What's up? I had been on Coach Tony's case for a minute to get your Instagram going. And so if you go ahead and scan that QR code, please go ahead and follow Coach Tony on the Pull Up Podcast Show. I mean, better late than never. Better late than never. Isn't that correct?
Hey, you know what I say, Val? You know, what did Prince say? The beautiful ones always show up late for the party.
Exactly. Bella, thank you so much for that love.
Bella, baby, what's good with you?
Yes, Bella. Yes.
Hey, me and Bella like sparring partners. You know what I'm saying? We go way back, like a pair, 2 packs of Cadillacs.
I know, and I'm so grateful for that. And of course, Mr. Springer, who is in the building, he's like, "Let's go, Coach T." Such a wonderful supporter since the beginning of this, man.
Let me tell you something. You talking about support? I've got to say, first of all, to your #1 supporter, my granddaughter, Miss Little Bit Skylar Wilson, said, "Val the Voice, happy birthday." She's like a #1 fan. I get mad and I'm like, "Oh, wait a minute, hold up now. Pop up here now. I like Val the Voice." Hold up, wait a minute. We got some problems, you know what I'm saying? So your #1 fan wishes you a happy birthday today. And I was jamming a little Stevie Wonder for you earlier today, you know what I'm saying?
And I think just for promotional purposes only, we could just mention it, but we most definitely, unfortunately, can't play it because I don't want Universal Music Group to come after us for going ahead and playing that. So,
hey, I don't know about you, but I'm running.
So anyway, if you guys can go ahead and scan the QR code, and if you're not following Coach Tony over on Instagram, make sure that you go ahead. So I've gotten a chance to get some of our wonderful, I want to say, things. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Val.
Okay, wait, I'm sorry. I was getting a little feedback there. I don't know. I was hearing your voice, but I didn't see your lips move. I'm sorry.
Oh, man, I was just chilling. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to you.
And of course, our affiliate sponsor, who is responsible for the redesign of the PureLighthouseMedia.com website. Please check her out on our Keyspot app. Keyspot.app.com. And of course, if you want to go ahead, share, connect, and grow, we're excited about making sure that you can get started. If you have a small business, as little as $15 a month, you can get your business on the app, which is now has expanded over to 30 cities around the U.S. And of course, is looking to go worldwide. So we're excited about that.
Dope. You better get up on that, y'all. That's a steal.
Exactly. So yeah, Coach Tony in the building. I am so excited that you're joining us, of course. And I have to say, I wanted to make sure this was something that my friend did for me. One of my dear friends. I wanted to show it to you guys. My friend Roxanne, she has been in my corner for a long time. This friendship goes back to 2002. Even before I don't know, Coach, do you ever have someone in your life that's been trying to be your friend? They've been trying to, they were like, "Yo, you such a cool person. We want to be a friend of yours." But you just kind of like, I don't know. You look like you're a little too eager. I don't know. Horrible thoughts. And then, of course.
Now, I don't do people like that.
Exactly. But my friend, my friend Roxanne was seeking me out for friendship, and she did something for me that was really sweet. If you have an iPhone, you are able to do, Coach, I want to call it a video what do you call this, collaborations, like, and there's a lot of pictures of me in her phone and vice versa. So I wanted to share this with you guys so you all
Okay,
could
okay.
see,
She did a collabo. Okay.
she did a collabo or whatever. So this was done from my dear friend Roxanne. I
Is
love you. I
that
miss you in
Roxanne?
Brooklyn.
Roxanne? I want to be your
No,
man.
isn't that cute? And I ain't got to worry about the music. Friends in New York. That's her daughter, her own daughter right there.
Okay.
And that's from her 50th birthday. I don't know what I was smoking.
Right.
Yeah. Yay.
Man, I like those.
It hurts. Me on the train. I don't know what I was doing.
I like that jacket though. Bouncing to the X.
Yeah. And I think that was us in Brooklyn. Oh my, so sweet.
Man,
Wasn't that
that was nice.
sweet?
I like
Oh
I
my
like
goodness.
slideshows like that because people, and I don't know if you look at it like I do, but people, depending on what you're doing, can take a picture of you in a certain way, in a certain manner, in a certain position, or what have you, and the memories will just click automatic. Like, oh, I remember this. I remember what we were doing, or such and such. So that is awesome, And again, sometimes as we get older, Val, it's the memories that keep us rolling.
I know. And I think that what I'm most proud of is that people, we are building memories on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. When people say, oh, I got to go to work or I've got to rush to do something, and not that work is not important, but I think, as you've stated about sharing time with your children and grandchildren, they love that quality time, that one-on-one that you spend with them. And I know that's how your granddaughter Skylar feels. I know that's how your son feels. It's just that, we just need to be able to capture those moments. And so, Coach, that just meant so much to me. And I asked her when she sent this to me, I said, can I show it on the show? She said, go ahead, girl. I don't care.
I mean, that's great. I mean, just what you just said is spot on. I mean, this is the first time this past weekend in history, not my daughter, not the grandmother, no, but Papa, I had both the grandbabies. It was a handful. And I took them to Alabama with me to see the Kim folks. And the grandbaby clinged on immediately. She was on me like a clean free in a washing in a dryer. You know what I'm saying? But it was so great because she, coming out of her shell, took a little over a weekend, not a weekend, but maybe a day, half a day, to kind of get used to the family. But it was so great. And if I heard it once, I heard it 50 times. Oh my God, I can't believe you got both the girls with you. You got both the girls. And it was like the praises they gave, like, you're the granddad, you got both your girls with you. And they were rolling, and the baby didn't cry. And it was my daughter and all that was stunned. Her granny was stunned because the baby does whatever. With me, I didn't do it. I let her down. I made her walk. I made her, I wasn't about to carry her. I'm not doing all that. So get down and walk and do what you got to do. I let her just be free, have fun. And it was one of the best weekends. She got in the car. I walked her about a country mile, and she knocked out so I can drive home. But it was just, like you just said, people can capture that moment in time with you, and you will forget about that moment and go back and see that. And like, oh, wow, like this morning was so cool that Mo was talking about the times as you guys met, or Keisha was talking about the times you guys met. Stories that nobody know about that you made some stories you got to take it to the grave. But, those are who make up you, Val, the voice. And when you have those days like today as a birthday, you love that because it shows that one, that God allowed you to live another day on this precious earth. And two, he cared about you enough to give you the breath that you're breathing right now to continue on to another day. So to have someone celebrate you on your born day is awesome.
And I wanted to make sure that we are kind of sharing some special moments from either our interviews or the shows that we've done. And you mentioned Monique, so I could definitely just make this one of the moments that I want to make sure to share with you guys. But the reason why there is a copy available of A DJ Saved My Life, it took a year, but I was a little apprehensive about sharing about my mom and my dad. I wanted to do something very simple, Coach. Just do how you start a podcast and how you get bold to, do that. And Monique kind of leaned in and said, no, I want to know about your family. I want to know about your who that is. And then I was just thinking, well, who is this person telling me I need to do all of this? But then part of the interview that I turned into a promo, she talked about what she sacrificed to make sure that she got her play out into, what is this? The world famous Apollo Theater, and what she sacrificed. I'm going to play this clip. You guys check it out. A lot of the folks that produce plays, I think about Shelley E. Wright, David E. Talbert, these guys, when they went and produced, sometimes some of the first works didn't do well. In fact, very famously, Tyler Perry said that the very first play that he produced didn't work. What was the difference? Was it the mentor? You think it was the mentorship? Was it your drive? What was it?
I prepared. I literally prepared. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with the money at the time, but I did 6 side hustles for 18 months and saved $115,000. And a lot of people are not willing to do that. I'm talking about no hair done, no nails done, no eating out, no movies, no nothing. And literally my kids were like, are we poor? And the Apollo Theater, the way that came, I was actually promoting my production in Harlem. I was promoting it, even though it was going to be in White Plains, New York. And I said, you know what, I need to go to the restroom. So I say, this is going to become a book, how a trip to the bathroom enabled me to sell out the world famous Apollo Theater. When I went in, as I was coming out, Mr. Billy Mitchell, who's called Mr. Apollo, he saw my t-shirt, because I'm very into branding. My t-shirt had the name of my play on it. And everyone that was with me, same thing. They all had t-shirts that said All My Struggles. And he said, well, what does that mean? I said, it's a stage play. And he said, well, why don't you bring it here? He said it so easily, as though he had just offered me a cup of coffee. And I answered him just as easy, like, yeah, why not?
So I have to say, it was really, I mean,
hey,
that
but that
story was
happens to us a lot. Exactly. And it's like your girl Dejanay said, hey Val, you have so many wonderful moments out of BK, out of the BK Brooklyn down. It's great. And the good thing about that, I look at what you did. You like myself in reverse. You went from Chicago to New York. I went New York to Chicago. And but it was great to see the people, connections, family, friends, still getting back there, still making waves and stuff like that. Man, I'm just proud of you, Val. And it's great because you've always, I could always, I'm rough and rugged on here with you and me. I'm going to always keep it an inch above the line. But it's good to have somebody like you, like, okay, hold on, let's stay in the box. And it's cool. So totally opposite ends of the spectrum, but make everything work in the middle. You know what I mean? And that's what you call a partnership.
Yeah, and I've been very Thank you so much. I'm very proud of this partnership, and the fun thing is that we've been producing this
weekend.
show. That was a great weekend. You remember that? Yeah.
my boys played well, won the tournament, and got a chance to hang out with you, Coach Justin. Got a chance to meet you. It was a great weekend.
Exactly. And so I this is the thing that I've always thought about. I'm like, you want to develop relationships that will carry you through some of the hard times and then some of the good times. And it's like, I like that encouragement that you've consistently given me. And I got emotional this morning when I was sharing about kind of the brother-sister relationship that we have in producing this show, but then just sometimes getting that call or text that says, Val, are you doing? Like, how are you doing? Because after I had my surgery, you were just kind of making sure, are you okay? Is everything all right? And I appreciate that. And it's kind of that, well, I don't want to bother you. But now I got very emotional earlier today because I found out that it is never a bother to people when you let them know you need something, because how are you going to get your need met if you don't speak up and say? In the same way, Monique had her shirt on, wanted to have this play done. And she says it just as easy as offering her a cup of coffee. Just have the show here. So it's like God,
quiet mouth don't get fed, right?
Yeah.
Quiet mouth don't get fed. And I don't look at it like that. I look at it, I gotta call Val ass today. You know what I'm saying? I ain't heard from her. Something going on. This damn woman ain't called me back in 3 days. What she doing? She on the love boat or what? You know what I'm saying? So, and it's so cool because again, with me training and working out people, you already know that even just from here, I'm always checking on your health and like, hey, what do you need? Well, I'm always tell you, okay, Val, go do this, jump some rope. I don't care if you like it or don't like it. I'm always going to tell you. So you can never say, well, something, I was trying to do this and Tony never did. No, you're going to be like, that boy that gave me 50 things to do to get myself in shape based on whatever. Now, whether you take the ideas, it's on you. But I'm always going to be that way, and I love it. And when I look at the stuff that you do so much, you care so much about so many things, and it's always sometimes you just got to go back and treat yourself. And and I think sometimes in life we forget that we work so hard. I see single family moms doing 50 million things, but then they forget to treat themselves. Whether that's a day out, go shopping, get a massage, go jogging, listen to some music, just do nothing, just sit around the house with your drawers on, doing nothing, whatever. But do something that make you happy. I think sometimes we forget that. And I was just telling our story today. Somebody was talking about that. One of my players today saw me. I went up to the school today. They had a track meet, and they were talking, oh man, coach, I've been watching the podcast. Y'all are wow. And I'm, how that make me feel, Val, because I always laugh at the kids, and now they're watching the podcast. So it's been real cool.
Yeah, I see my cousin. This is my sister cousin, Tony. Give a shout out to, we call her Fifi, but this is Felicia.
Fifi, do you love me? Do you love me? Hey, girl, don't get me started.
So right on my desk, I got a picture of her daughter. She sent this to me. She's probably going, oh my gosh, you have this picture. This is Gigi, her daughter. And I have it framed right here. She's like my niece cousin. But she is 2.5 years old and grown as all get out. What was that?
Oh man! I was like, why us black folks always we take names just to get it? Hey, that's Fifi and Gigi and CC, KK.
So I mentioned earlier that Coach, we talked about this. He wanted a sports show. We got him a sports show. And on top of everything else, we made sure that he has an IG. One of the most, I want to say, famous people that he had on the show just 2 weeks ago was Lavar Ball. I mean, and then of course, Travis is the one that made the introduction. Is that correct? Hopefully I have the story.
My boy Travis McAvee, exactly right.
And then on top of everything, it was also Tony Cole, who also works with Big Baller Brand. And correct. I was thinking they did something, and this is one of my other favorite moments we're going to be sharing, is sharing something right in the moment immediately to say this is about to happen and we are hyped. So I wanted to show this moment from the Pull Up Podcast show to just say this is one of our favorite moments. Let's take a listen.
There is nothing that is in our SKU line of merchandise that's just a quick hit. If you got anything from Triple B, I don't care, from a t-shirt to whatever, the quality of the merchandise that you get is quality stuff. Period. We're not giving you stuff that's just out of the wholesale rack. I promise you that. And if you get a pair of shoes.
Yo, hold on 1 second, man. I got some breaking news that I'm about to put on your show. Coach Tony, breaking news. You're going to be the first one to hear it, and you'll hear more.
Hold on, Slim. Let me set up. Hey, we got some breaking news right here on the Pull Up Podcast Show with Coach Tony. Lavar, take it away. Give us that shit.
Triple B's retail store coming soon.
I heard it right here. First on the Pull Up Podcast Show. Triple B retail store coming right here. And you know, Lavar, I'm gonna look cold as hell on some of them slides. Cause I like, if I'm hooping, hey, I'm on that golf course. I may wear them. I may get somebody to take me a picture of me wearing them Triple B's on the golf course, man. That's a new lane for you. hey, that is by far my best show, and I love it. When I thought you go drop that piece when you said, "Hold on, I gotta go check on my cornbread."
Yeah, I was gonna do that one too. I wanted to edit them together, but his excitement, his whole face just lit up because what was happening just before he announced that this retail store is coming soon is Tony was just expressing just all of the good things about Big Baller Brand, and that a lot of the media has Lavar tagged wrong, and to get that compliment, Coach, from Lavar and his team to say, we thought you were going to do like an attack on us or something. And I was thinking, no, we're happy to have you here. And Coach, I think I sent some information to you so that we could get some Big Baller Brand merch to show and to advertise here on the show.
Let me tell you something. You know, when Lavar came on, you know, like a lot of people, they like, you know, I heard the show was, you know, pretty decent, blah, blah, blah. I love to be a part of it. I just don't want to be clown. You know, I find I'm going to lose my mind. But when they come on the show, no different than the TSU, Mickey Allen, my frat brother, was very surprised. But Lavar, when it's in the first 5 minutes, when I said, "You from Compton?" He said, "Yeah, I'm from Southside Chicago, man. We're going to keep this 100 tonight. We're going to keep it on the street." He was like, "I love you already." And then I made him just feel like he was sitting in his own living room talking to a couple of his homeboys. And the show was so funny, Val. And of course, he was cooking the best cornbread ever, as he said. But the one good thing that was about it is that when he said, "Coach, I've been on CNN, ESPN, talked to Charles Barkley, Stephen A. Smith, and you're the first person to get this news because I love what you're doing. And man, you gave me a platform to hear me. You ain't trying to interrupt me. You're not trying to change. You're not arguing with me. You let me tell what Big Baller Brand is all about." And then we became the first podcast, Val. Later on in this show, if you guys haven't seen it, go back and watch it. I asked him a question. Well, you got the Big Baller Brand, but what does that BBB mean? And remember, Val, he broke it down. And the first B that's not connected was his son, Mello. And Mello being kind of off the hook and doing what he did. And those that don't know, LaMelo was the kid, sophomore, third year in the league. He's playing with Charlotte Hornets. Michael Jordan used to be team. And then the opposite last B was Zoe, who's in Chicago playing. And then Jello, his middle son, LiAngelo, who holds both the brothers together. I never knew that, Val. I knew it was a Big Baller Brand, but I never knew that's how it got. Because when you put Lighthouse together, you know, you had a meaning. When I put this right here together, the ride, I had a meaning. And to see that meaning and he put it on our show, that was just awesome. And he loved everything that you and I did that night, and they kept it funny. That one was cool. To keep a show funny, not be serious, that's hard to do.
It's very hard to do, and like I said, I'm and of course Bella's saying that was a fire segment with a Big Baller Brand, but like I said, Coach has a way of being relatable. And one of the other favorite moments that's not necessarily from our show this time, this is from a different show. I was really excited when you told me that you were going to be a guest on the Wise Hour with a good friend of ours. Yes, that is Jay Mullane Wise. Jay Mullane Wise.
Ooh, that was deep. We went it out. I pulled out the house music T-shirt on it, killed him with that one. Val, I hit him hard, but he was like, "Man, Coach, I gotta get one of them."
Exactly. So I'm just sitting here like, well, you know what? Let me make sure that to make this one of our favorite moments, not necessarily, but because of the show, But I think this is a favorite fun moment from the show. And this is the Wise Hour featuring our very own Coach Tony. Let's take a listen. What y'all got?
That's why house music in Chicago never died to this very day. Now it's making a stampede back to the city.
Yes. And I think you're 100% right because of the style and, like you said, the real and rawness of it. It's something you can feel. It's the energy. It's the energy you can feel. You know what I'm saying? While we get caught with rap, sometimes we get caught in lish or something. It's something about the rhythm and the vibration of house music that it resonates with everybody. That it doesn't really, if you really love music, it doesn't matter your creed, color, who it is. You just love the music, and what it does, it actually connects you. Go ahead.
And you look at it like this: the average rap track is about what? 2.5 minutes, something like that.
Fast.
About 2.5, 3 minutes. The average house track or old school disco is about 7 minutes, right? If you go to a rap party, these new kids, if you let the rap song play more than one verse, 2 at the most, they booing you out. If you go to a house party and you don't let that song damn near play to the end, they gonna boo you out. You see what I'm saying? How people are trying to groove. If you go put their favorite song like ESG, Feeling Moody, yeah, and you let that and you don't take that or let no man put us under. No, at first choice, if you don't let that go and you don't let that go all the way to the break, when she said, "No, let me tell you something. Let no man in this world can let go this Aquarius." You dig where I'm coming from? You don't let her spit that verse, dude. You can't DJ. hey, but that's facts, pal. That's
what I know. That's why that was when I watched it. I was just like, oh my gosh, that is right. That's how I thought as a DJ, and that's how I thought when listening to music. It's like, do you know what you're doing? Do you know that this is the most iconic part of this song? It's not over between you and me. Like you want to make sure that you hear it. Now, hey, let me tell you something. There is no man, and you want to make that big.
Let go of this Aquarius. Do you dig where I'm coming from? Yeah. Oh man, and she starts spitting it. Well. Man, if you don't let it's not over, it's not over. If you don't let that, you can't even bring another song in on that break until you hear them double beat. You hear them drum beat, and then you know to bring it out. Then you can boom. Then you can do what you want. But when she spit that long, and that break is about 1.5 minute break. That's a rap song in itself. I mean, but it was so cool. The cool part about that interview, I love Wise. The cool part about it was that Wise had made a Chicago house track and a New York house track, and he played both of them for me. And I was able to give him some feedback on them if they would have survived back in the day or whether they had survived in the current times we live in 2025. Great interview. And again, I'm working on a track. He definitely, he wants to do that. And even Mo reached out, Val, like, hey, we need to do a house music show. And I can't wait, Mo. I know you're on here. I can't wait to get with Mo to talk about a house music, session with her, man. That's for those that don't know, I'm a big time house music person, big time.
So I'm telling you, I think it is a blessing because we are folks that love music, we love movies, and because I think both me and you DJ. I just DJ more virtually, and you are in person on wax, which I love. Yesterday was kind of, I think, it was the 9th anniversary of the death of Prince. And so there was a lot of people in parts of the world that was playing Prince music. And we've done a couple of episodes that have honored Prince and all the rest of that type of stuff. But it's always good, Coach. I'm telling you, when we have, I want to call it original music. We had a listening party a couple of weeks ago. And you remember what that listening party was like, right?
Real nice. And it was not only a great listening party, It was phenomenal because I was even shocked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that what was in I want to call it impeccable about it is I was inspired. I was inspired to, there was a song we listened to, Be Different, and it was based on a book that's written by Leah J.M. Dean. I went ahead and purchased the book. I'm going through the devotionals right now. I
Okay.
love the colors. These are beautiful colors, but I wanted to throw back to one of the memories of having Tiffany, I think Tiffany Thompson and Janita Burke, aka JB Psalm, on the show. I mean, it was really a good time, and I'm gonna go ahead and play that memory, and we're gonna take a listen to it, take a look at it right about now. And I thought about Tony. I was thinking about. Do you remember Slave featuring Steve Arrington? And a lot of their music used to have it was a heavy guitar or bass influence, and then of course just a touch of love, a little bit. That's what I heard. I heard that in Be Different. Did you hear?
Make me right, just a little bit, just a little bit, with just a touch of love.
So yeah, anyway, so that song, Be Different. What's different about the song? Number one is the lyrics, and then on top of that, just kind of that speaking to the essence of the book written for that was written, and then of course, just I don't want to be like everyone else. Like what we do in our culture, okay, let's go get the job, the regular 9 to 5. We'll go and we'll try to date the same person, or we'll do something else. We'll play the same sports because someone else expected us to play that. But then what's wrong with being different? And then when I heard the chorus, I think it was the third chorus where they said, Be Different, someone kind of went up a little bit, and it was a beautiful little blend of a note. And I said, yeah, that's Janita all the way.
Well, it's 3:16, but so the opening part, which is me speaking, you are made to stand out, not blend in with the crowd. You are God's hands on earth. Be different. Start now. And the premise is that we have to do some things differently. And one of my sisters just came back on a plane, and she gave an example in the chat that I was in. She was saying that she was on the plane, and she is she's blind, and so she was in the seat. She said the person in the seat, not next to her, but one over, but in her same row, was coughing, and really kind of hacking. And so her first thought was, oh my gosh, I don't want this person, sitting next to me, whatever. And then she said, the Holy Spirit said, have compassion on this person. Right. Mm-hmm. And so what she did was she started to pray for the person. And then she asked the person, could she pray for them? She, asked the stewardess, because the person was an elderly person. She would have discovered, through the conversation. And so just by being different, many of us would be on that. And like, we don't want to be inconvenienced, or we don't want to sit next to the child crying, or we don't want to sit next to the person who's sick. But that was an opportunity to do something different. To be different. That was an opportunity to be God's hands on earth for that sister in need. She didn't want to be on a plane sick either. Right.
I'm telling you, I every time that Janita comes to our platform, she be preaching. And
I'm glad I had to listen to her, because I've been on that plane. I would have been on the other, Coach Tony. If you don't take this kid and go to the bathroom, or if you don't put a mask on, you call one more time. Or as we say back in the day, you call one more again. One more again.
Exactly. One more again.
Yeah, and by the way, checking in, Wise said, man, there was fire. He had to pull up on the side of the road, listen, talk about when I was on the show. That's just fire, man.
I know, and I want to let you know, Wise, I got your text message. I meant to respond back. I got over 100 text messages of love via this birthday. And so like I said, it was that
Awesome.
interview you did with Coach was fire. And so that's one of my favorite moments, that you guys just kind of bonded on the music situation. And Coach is about his thing or whatever. So it is what it is. I have to show something. Hopefully I don't get dinged for the music, but one of my, and I wanted to make sure that I said this. Oh, Bruce said, Slave, don't forget Mark the Hansler Adams, aka Drac. Wait a minute, aka Mark Hits, my bad. Okay. All right. I'm assuming that's one of the music people that he had. Remember that song, Din Da Da Din Do Do Din Da Da
Do 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 boom 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 pa 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 boom 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 boom. Hey man, hey, if you not that lets you know if you are a real house music person. Between Din Da Da and Marshall Jefferson's, house anthem, Move That Body, Move Your Body. Those two records can go on at any party and everyone knows those songs.
Exactly. So someone caught a moment of us. This is one of my dear friends, Princess Hoy. That's her married name now, but I needed to share this. Hopefully I don't get dinged for it. But this was us enjoying time after my birthday. This was back in 2016. I can be embarrassed by my crazy, but here we go. I don't know. Here we go.
You got the gear on. You wearing the North Central gear. You got the logo. Hey. Oh man.
You in a parking lot or something.
Man, y'all jam. Hey. That's funny.
I don't know where I went.
Go Val, it's birthday.
Hey, I'm telling you, Val. The crazy part about that song is don't nobody know what the hell he's saying except for Din Da Da Do. Cause all that I mean, like, what did he just say? But hey, it don't matter. Cause you just be like, okay, I got you,
Guys, and this leads right into, I did a fully edited shortened piece in 2021. And thank you so much, Bruce. He says it's Richard Krantz with the Din Da Da song. I remember that. And then Monique says, Princess is hilarious and you are there for it. Yes, laugh out loud. That you better believe it. You better believe it. You better believe it. But the auto show this one year came
Hold on, Val, before you put the auto show. I'm gonna give it to him like this. I'm gonna give it to him like this.
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, do you see what the coach has?
That's the DJ. That's the DJ in me. Come on, man. Hey, that's what I do. That's what I do. So, man,
I love it. I mean, I like I said, I hopefully I don't get a ding because we're talking through it or whatever. But I'm just saying, like that was one of my favorite songs, and we performed. I was a part of at North Central. That's ironically I had the North Central hoodie on. We performed the Pom Poms or something to that song, and then I don't know. I have done so many other things with that song. It's just, dude, like if you want to get a store, you want to get a party hype, you put that song on. You put that song
you put that there. You put Daa Daa on. I'm telling you, if it ain't Daa Daa, it's Monster Jefferson Move Your Body. You know, one of the two, and you got a party started. But the Daa Daa I love because he has so many breaks in that song that he breaks down solo and he says just Daa Daa, then he comes back and then he takes the music to a level that's so high that you got to get way up there. Then he breaks it right back down on you. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love it. I love it. So in 2021, another favorite moment with Princess is I edited something fully for the auto show, which showed up in the summertime. And so Coach
Summertime. You should have had a little Prince back
my
there.
other favorite. Princess is a lover of dogs, and this particular segment showed it. So let me show you. Let's see. Let me show you what we did. Are you excited because you see the puppies?
I'm gonna take a puppy home.
What do you think, Princess?
Some pits too.
So which one am I taking home?
You cannot take. You can't take another. We're in the Subaru area, and one of my Princess is obsessed with dogs.
She's trying to take a pit home.
To this young lady about sneaking out a dog. I can't take her anywhere. She wants to take home a dog. We're at the auto show and she wants to take home a dog. I gotta get her out of this section of the auto show. Help! We're here to see cars. We're here to see cars. Okay, so we're here to see cars. I had to drag her away the puppy area near Subaru. The animal rescue people are in the Subaru area. Were you going to take home a dog, Princess?
Look, if I took home a dog, my husband would probably beat the living crap out of me. But it's okay because he loves me, and I'll be able to be like, honey, but he's so cute. He looks just like PJ, and he'll be like, yeah, he does, but we just can't have another dog. And I'll be like, well, honey, we can get rid of another dog. No, we can't get rid of another dog. You're supposed to be on my side, sucker.
Hey, and for those that know how to do it, what she should have did, Coach Tony's like the hood movie reviews. What she should have did is open the pen, let all the dogs out, and then help rescue the dog. And she should have had a backpack and put the one dog in a backpack, and gave him a couple of bones so he shut up while I can walk around with the dog. See, got home.
Oh my goodness, that's too funny. But like I said, that's another favorite moment is from the auto show and just kind of her love of dogs. I just wanted to show that clip that this was something that I edited together, used original music, but I use a lot of my comedy to kind of tell a story of we're here to see cars. We're not here for you to take home another dog. And I see Janita, our friend of the show. She's in the building. She's in the
building. And tell me, Val, tell me, speaking of your birthday, and for those out there in podcast land who don't know, you should have had one of your clips on doing your comedy because a lot of people don't know. See?
Yeah.
That's one of those hidden talents that Val the Voice has, doing some comedy work. So I wish we had one of your comedy pieces queued up, but we just came off our girl last week was tripping. So, you know.
which was really fun. I think I want to grab that particular clip when the husband came in and it was just all the rest of that happening, because
Hey,
I was just
everybody
like,
was hitting
oh
me up.
Lord.
Hey, we went on a tangent. Hey, it just turned up. Hey, you talking about 0 to 100? That was 0 to 100.
And I'm sitting up here like, is this really honestly about to go down? And she like kind of adjusted herself, and I was just like, Ebony Holloway, known as Ebony. This was another fun
Chicago
moment.
cat. Chicago cat for you, man.
just from last week. We gotta play this real quick. Here we go.
So what's your hey Ebony? What your shirt should say is uplift Ebony. You feel me? You got uplift on one side, Ebony on the other. Hey, I just told her I'm from the Wild Wild. I'm on the other side of the tracks, 103rd, 105th prospects across Vince Hill. But my boy Clark Gilmore, Rowdy, and Ray, they were all from 106, 103, and 104 in Wentworth, baby.
Hi, Mr. Holloway.
Man, I'm born and raised in the Wild Hunters. I went to Percy L. Julian High School, class of 2004.
Okay,
I went to Lexington Hughes Elementary. I grew up in Argyle Gardens.
Okay, so you a little bit, you be way younger than me. So my sister went to Marcus Garvey. I went to the park. I went to Morgan Park. All my homies went to Julian on the 103rd.
Hey, man, I don't like Max saying, hey, orange and brown forever. Orange and brown forever.
It's that green and orange, baby, forever, man. You know Morgan Park.
Forever.
I'm sorry, blue and gold. CBS.
Hey, Ebony. Here's how me and your husband do. Cause Val out. Hey, tell Val out the picture. She down on 87. But that Percy Junior, that Percy Junior. Hey, that Percy Junior Morgan Park. That's personal right there. He'll tell you.
Orange and brown. Orange and brown. Oh.
I mean, I don't understand what was happening. I mean, it was a straight up takeover. People got together and lost.
Set him up, Val. When I said, "Well, what about them state championships?" He couldn't say nothing on that. Couldn't say them state championships. We produce state champions over here down the street on 111. Come on, man. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Hey, what the song say? Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Don't play.
Oh my goodness, no, but I'm just saying that.
Monique said, get it, queen. Mo, what's up with you, girl? How you doing?
Yeah, Monique is doing her thing. I have to tell you, it has been a really fun time, and a lot of the love is kind of going back and forth between her and Janita. Hey, what's up, Mo? And then of course, love to you, my Bermuda queen. But of course, I'm just saying that we really have a lot of good times and a lot of good moments here on Talk on Tuesdays and the Pull Up Podcast Show. One other thing, and we're going to switch back now to the Pull Up Podcast Show. We had Coach, and I want to make sure I get it right. Yeah, Hernando Planells, and he was on Planells, and so he was on to kind of talk about what's going on with the NBA and of course training. And so you had a very poignant question that you needed to get and ask him. So I want to make sure that I show this from the Pull Up Podcast from earlier this year. Let's take a look.
The question I got for you, which is the craziness coming up. How in the hell can the NBA fix the All-Star game? Because the brand is losing to college basketball in the WNBA by only one weekend, and that is the All-Star weekend. They've got to fix that. What's your suggestions on that?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to fix it. Listen, I think it's one of those things. All right, and I'm not diminishing anybody's value whatsoever.
Right.
But if McDonald's has been serving the same cheeseburger, and people still buying over and over again.
Correct.
Right? And it's the same thing with the NBA. Now they're trying, right? There's like they put that's why they have the Emirates Cup. They have all these different things. But the reality is there is a perception the All-Star game has gone down. Now that is for one part of the generation. Our the younger folks, they be loving it. You know, they love it. They love
because you know why? Because they want to go to their local park or their local freaking gym, and they want to take a step across half court and shoot the damn ball when they know they can't shoot threes. That's why. And you and I are used to that 80s in your face, BS around 3/4, but the 4th quarter, baby, we're gonna get out of business because it's basketball time. It's time to play ball. Now, I do like the incentives. They put what I think $100 grand, $200 grand on the game, and they made it so now the guys are incentivized in order to play harder. But I love when they interviewed it was Dominique Wilkins, old vet, and Reggie Miller. Says, why do I need to incentivize me that type of money and make me play the game that I already love? That's why I am an all-star. You don't see the baseball players doing it, right? They have Friday night, you know, like you just said, Coach, like McDonald's and the cheeseburger. On Friday night, you're getting a home run derby. Period. And it don't matter if you throw the ball underhand, overhand, it's the home run derby. But on Saturday or Sunday, that all-star game, we balling, we playing because it's baseball. The NBA got to figure out how to get back to that level.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying. I think, though, when it comes to international basketball and when you think of like a global brand, I don't think they see it as the way that us generational folk, see it. They just don't, because of the notoriety. There's more sponsorship money. There's more TV, more than ever. And in many ways, it's more like, all right, so what do we really need to change? Yes, there's less competitive. Yes, they're doing all these different, and yes, Reggie Miller and Dominique Wilkins are talking about why should they make money. But they grew up in a different era and they grew up in different neighborhoods than a lot of NBA players today. Like, nobody talks about this, but there's a lot of NBA players who grew up in the suburbs. All right.
They act like they from the hood, but they not, because your mom and daddy got you out. Exactly. And for those that are listening tonight, I'm going to give you one. This is brand new, hot off the press, as in Lavar ball. Hot off the press. I'm bringing it, instead of on the pull-up podcast, I'm bringing it on Interludes Talk on Tuesday. If you are in the Chicago, Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin, Iowa area, Coach Tony and Coach Hernando Planells with the NBA Skills School will be hosting a camp this summer, July the 14th through July 19th in Chicago. Details are to come. Please keep listening to the Pull Up Podcast Show because I will be talking about it. Please keep listening here on Interludes. I'll mention it here. So if you're within that Midwest or that Great Lakes area in a situation to drive over, it will be a mixed group of kids. The camp is 1 week long, and the age group is going to be from 10 to 16 years of age. Details are to come. Make sure if you want to sign up, we'll make sure we have the information for you.
Which is wonderful, and I think that now that particular guest was letting us know about, also I was looking for it but I couldn't quite cue it up, about this show. This was in January that it got released. And I'm telling you, the Netflix show Running Point was something that I really enjoyed with Kate Hudson, and I think the young lady from The Office created, Mindy Kempling. I think that's her name.
Right.
And so one of my other favorite, Jay Ellis, is also in the cast as well. But I'm actually almost finished with watching the series, but we found out about this particular series, which is hilarious. A lot of cursing, but and you said it was based off of, they say the LA Ways, but it's kind of based off of who?
LA Lakers.
Los Angeles Lakers.
It's based off of Jerry Buss, who was the owner, who passed away, and that's his daughter. And actually, his son was a drug addict, basically, and went into rehab and left the team to his sister and the other two brothers, which one was illegitimate and found out later, and then the other one was illegitimate through the housemaid. So a very funny series that speaks a little bit. But if you have not watched the Lakers dynasty that was on Netflix, please go back and watch that first, so that it can give you the thrust of everything, and then watch this here. And it was good because Coach Hernando was telling you and I about the show before it even came out, because he had a big significance. He had a big part in the production of it, which is real cool.
Oh my gosh. And I see that Janelle, she said that, Val, you captured so many wonderful moments in Brooklyn. We love that.
Brooklyn in the house.
Brooklyn in the house. I used to do the slideshow for our church, and I did it, I think, from 2009 to like 2015. Like, I would collect hundreds and hundreds of pictures, especially people that got married, the people that had children, and anything from all of our what do you call that? From our different ministries, Hope Worldwide, campus, teens, the young youth and family. So it was like, let's get it in there, put it in there. And I did it for a long time. And I think from that, Pure Lighthouse Media was born, from doing one of those slideshows. So,
okay.
Yeah. And in fact, let me see if I can put my hands on that. But I really wanted to, you requested this, and this is another favorite moment. This is available exclusively to our paid members on patreon.com/interludes. It is the comedy show. Just a little snippet of it, not the whole thing. But I want to see if I could, let me see if I can bring it up. I think I'm looking for it, and she is not.
Because I'm a wild out every week. That's why you pull up on me. There's no telling what I'm gonna say. Bella and Mo will tell you that.
Yeah, so I want me to see if I can go ahead and bring it up. Okay, there it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I could bring it up. And there it is. We jump here.
Named Simon on the E line round 86 and Lex. I didn't like that. Get on the train, you're like, oh, Simon's here. Woo. Not Simon Says, just he was there smelling up the train. Okay, what is the other thing I don't miss? I don't miss trying to get on a train, because I would look down and see Mr. Cheeser. Yeah, and I'm trying to get on the train, but he's there, doing his thing. You try to wonder who Mr. Cheeser is? Big fat rat with his family, trying to ride the A-Town, trying to ride a train, uptown. I'm trying to, like, what are you doing here? And he's looking up at me like a brother man from Martin. What? Trying to get uptown too. So I'm like, this cannot continue. I don't understand this. Oh my gosh. And then of course, I moved there 3 months before September 11th. I actually should have left, but I didn't. I loved it. And then my mom and dad were like, you should hurry up and get home. Drive, fly. Oh, no, don't do that. Don't fly. No one was flying during that time, remember? Very, very time. It was a very interesting time. But as we come forward to 2024, what was the other thing? As an entertainment podcast, I had to cover some topics I didn't want to cover. Coach Tony was telling me, Val, you need to cover some things. I'm like, what are we going to talk about? Well, if I go back to the Shannon Sharp interview, who was he spilling the tea on? We really had to talk about Puff Daddy. I didn't want to do that. Now, if we go to the 90s, how much good music came out of the 90s from Bad Boy Entertainment? You guys remember? Oh my gosh, what was it? Faith Evans, good gracious, 112. You guys remember these groups? I know. So what ended up happening, I guess the prediction came from Cat Williams. He said, hey, you all got to keep your eye on Puff. And what happened was the Homeland Security came and confiscated a lot of stuff, including a lot of baby oil. You're a singer and a producer. Why do you have baby oil? gallons of it, more than Walmart, Target, and Walgreens combined. Why do you have it in your house? What's going on? And so I can't listen to certain songs from him anymore because I'm like, no. Oh my God. So guys, as fellow disciples, never put anyone on a pedestal and think that he is all of that, because he might slide down because of the baby oil.
We'll stop it right there.
Oh my God. Hey, they get some of that. Hey, and if you guys want to hear Coach Tony version of the uncut version, I will be on at midnight tonight.
I sat down and I wrote out kind of an outline, and one of my friends, Jury O'Neill, who kind of in COVID taught me how to do stand-up comedy virtually. We did a whole thing for my 50th birthday, Coach, and we were on the Zoom until about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I DJ'd my own virtual party. I see my cousin Joey. JV.
I got a cuz like that too. We call him JP. Say happy birthday, cuz.
That's my beloved cousin. He just entered, I think, into the 50s, and so I'm just excited. I'm welcoming everyone.
That's the one out in the Nebraska area, in the Midwest.
No. I think he's further. I believe he's further west, but my cousin Joey and my aunt Gladys, that was his mom. This was on my father's side, and so I want to show this to Joey. This is your Uncle William. This is my dad. And so I got a picture of him hanging out with me right here at my desk. But yeah, so I wanted to, this was my birthday celebration, and I wanted to just share some fun moments from both shows and then some other things. And thank you so much, Coach, for saying, let's see some of the comedy. And of course, Janita was like, too funny. Thank you so much for that compliment. We appreciate you.
Because people don't know, you think you wrap yourself around the stuff we do, but we do a few extra things, and it's really cool, and it's just really good to see you get out there. I'm gonna bring a little piece of the DJ side so they can see that one day, and all that. So I mean, it's awesome. It's just it's sometimes it's the little things that people don't get an opportunity to see the big things behind the scene.
Yeah, and I think what's most important, and then of course I think Janita's asking you, did you receive your package yet? What's going on with that? You got a package?
Hey, girl, it came in today. Oh my goodness! It came in yesterday, JB, and I went and got it today. Oh my God! Thank you.
What is it? What is it again? What is it? What is it?
She gave me some wristbands for my basketball team, for my girls, with a biblical verse on it. Is just one, and they're pink and white. Beautiful, because I'm gonna be able to give them out to the girls, and it's gonna be meaningful. Thank you very much. And here's the thing, JB. When I got it, I'm like, what the hell am I getting from Bermuda? I said,
I know.
Hey, Val, they already taking people over to El Salvador. Like, this ain't mine. I don't know what.
Oh my goodness, it was not like that.
They were like, Coach, you need to sign for something. I'm like, I don't know nobody from Bermuda. That ain't mine.
It's just terrible. I'm just saying.
Hey, Val, I told the girl, I said, let me open it up first. If it's something that I like, then this might be. It ain't. I don't know who this. That ain't my name.
Oh my gosh.
So thank you, JB. Thank you. Much love. Perfect.
I know. That is really, really cool. And I'm grateful that got, but like I said, I'm just grateful that you guys are here with us here on Interludes Extra Presents Talk on Tuesday. And thank you so much for showing the birthday love. Now, I always forget to do this, Coach, but I made sure that I wrote this in early on. So y'all want to show birthday love. The Zelle is the email. You see it there in the chat. And then, of course, the other birthday love is Pure Light 71. That's the Cash App. So anything that goes to the Cash App directly supports this podcast. It goes into my business account.
Val's on her hustle. Get y'all just like an old school telethon. And we done called your house Hello. Hey, do you want about 15 encyclopedias? Hell no. Yes, you do. You know, there ain't no internet. No. They remember about they bullshit about the encyclopedia. Oh, you're gonna love these encyclopedias. They got real bold letters and numbers, and you get the whole collection from A to Z. You see everything. Don't need that. I just cut the internet on. No, but the internet can't do what the books do. They're gonna sell you. You know what I'm saying?
So and Bella's saying, "Go Val, go for it." And then of course Janita's like, "Lord, help your son, please." Thank you.
Man,
You know what? Here's the thing. Number one, many of you have already gotten the ebook, A DJ Saved My Life. But right now I'm working alongside of Monique Lisa to bring the printed copy of this. And so I need to do some things for this to happen. But of course, I am just so excited that you guys have supported this. And of course, the number one way you can support, and if you're like, Val, I don't have no money to give you. I got rent, I got lights, I got bills to do. Follow patreon.com/interludes and follow this for free. The content, like the clip of the full comedy show, that's for the paid people on Patreon. But of course, we're posting a lot of things on a daily and weekly basis. We'll have behind the scenes from, I think we have some behind the scenes from Lavar Ball from that interview that we had last week. And so I'm just really excited to let you guys know. And then Coach Tony, he has, Keyspot, Share, Connect, and Grow. That is our affiliate sponsor. If you want to highlight your business, you can go ahead and do that. But of course, Coach Tony has his own. I'm so sorry. His own, what am I trying to say? You have your own, you have your own Instagram page. We want to make sure that we promote that. And
that's
it's not
the Pull Up Podcast show. And as Lavar got me doing this a lot. Breaking news before we get out here. Breaking news. For those that are part of the Interludes, the big family, and especially my big family on the Pull Up Podcast show, we are looking to put together the first annual Pull Up Podcast Interludes Talk on Tuesday fun weekend, which will include golf, a gathering, a party, and all that, possibly sometime fall of 25. So keep listening. We'll have a location area. We're going to try to put that together and make it a good weekend, a Friday to Sunday, possibly Thursday. So keep looking and keep asking, hey, when y'all going to do that function, make sure you stay on top of Val and myself so it makes us work hard for you. We appreciate you.
And of course, if you guys want to locate Coach, the brand new, I want to say, IG is the Pull Up Podcast show. And we have about, I want to say, anywhere from 8 to 10 new posts that's on there. And of course, we're excited for that. And of course, join us next week for the Pull Up Podcast show, where Coach Tony will be back with another phenomenal guest, or it'll probably be me. It doesn't matter. It's going to happen.
We got to chill on the guest. We're going to come in so we can talk about the NBA playoffs, because I get a lot of people say, Coach, what's up with your for promotional purposes only? I'm getting killed. They're like, man, listen, you got me with the college football. You got me with college basketball. I need some money with these pros. So for promotional purposes only, next week, Val and I are going to break down the NBA for everyone, and they're going to pull up on me. I want to hear what you guys say too.
But of course, it has been a wonderful, wonderful birthday show. And I thank everybody who showed love to me, who showed love to Coach by either us following him on IG or following us on patreon.com/interludes. All the support that you give us, we really, really appreciate it. And of course, a major shout out to Princess Hoy for helping me during this time of surgery. And then, of course, every single person who either sent a text, a phone call, or sent money for Uber Eats, all of that stuff. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, myself and
And
Coach
by the way,
Tony.
guys, don't let Val fool you, because during this time, the girl that was talking to me ain't never did Uber Eats. She's like, Coach, I was about to do Uber Eats for the first time. I'm like, for the first time? What? So when she says thank you, she means thank you, because this is brand new to her. So it was amazing.
So of course, just show the birthday love. And like I said, if you're like, nope, we ain't got no money, patreon.com/interludes. Join us over there for some behind the scene fun or whatever. But of course, we'll be back on next week with the Pull Up Podcast Show. And of course, myself and Coach Tony, you know what we always say. What?
Peace.
Peace. We'll see you guys on next week. Here we go. Woo, 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 woo. Pull up, pull up, pull up.